Help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I never thought I'd become the kind of husband who counted excuses instead of memories. But there I was, sitting at the edge of our bed, watching my wife, the same woman who once needed my arm around her just to fall asleep, read out 10 reasons she wasn't in the mood anymore. She had them written down. A literal list. Number 1, I'm tired. Number 2, it's just hormones. Number 3, you don't help enough around the house. It went on, each reason chipping away at whatever closeness we still had. I didn't interrupt. I just listened. Silence, I've learned, often reveals more than words ever do. And as she spoke, what struck me wasn't what she said, it was how calm she looked. As if our marriage was a roommate agreement she was perfectly content to renew without the marriage part. When she finished, she looked at me waiting for a reaction. I only asked one question. So, is this permanent? She shrugged. I just don't feel that way anymore, Mark. Maybe someday it'll come back. For now, can't we just be comfortable? Comfortable. That word hit harder than any argument we'd ever had. Comfort is something you share with friends, not with the person you vowed to love. But I didn't fight. I didn't beg. I just said, all right. You've got your 10 reasons. I'll think about mine. That night, sleep was a stranger. I stared at the ceiling replaying years of effort. Every dinner I made, every flower I bought, every conversation I tried to start that died halfway. It hit me then, I'd been pouring life into something that had already died. Love without effort isn't love, it's a slow betrayal. By morning I had my own list. Not 10 reasons, 10 consequences. Not out of revenge, out of respect for myself. The next morning I left for work without a word. No kiss. No coffee. No checking if she needed anything. Just silence. When I got home, the first consequence began. 1. I stopped being available. I'd been the one keeping our life running, groceries, bills, repairs, her car maintenance. The invisible acts of love she never noticed. That night, when she pointed out the leaky faucet, I simply said, add it to your list. 2. I withdrew my emotional labor. When she complained about her coworkers, I listened, but I didn't absorb it. No comfort, no advice. Her words became the background noise she turned my affection into. 3. I stopped reaching out. No morning texts. No soft touches in passing. Nothing. The house felt cold, but not as cold as her months of indifference. She noticed within days. By the end of the week she asked, why are you acting distant? I smiled slightly. You wanted comfortable, right? I'm just getting comfortable. I wasn't fueled by anger anymore. I was fueled by clarity. Years of chasing her emotional warmth had left me empty, so I filled that space with boundaries. 4. My attention became my own again. I hit the gym. Reconnected with friends. Spent more time outside the house. 5. I stopped including her in my plans. No dinners together. No shared shows. No weekend ideas. Silence, once frightening, became peaceful. She finally confronted me. Her voice trembled. You're punishing me. No, I said calmly. I'm giving you the life you asked for, one without intimacy in any form. That's when the fear finally reached her. Intimacy isn't just touch. It's effort. It's attention. It's connection. And she had abandoned all 3. By the second week, my silence had weight. Not the angry kind. The intentional kind. She started cooking again. Asking about my day. Wearing the perfume I used to love. I didn't react. 6. Attention had to be earned now. When she touched my hand at dinner, I didn't pull away, but I didn't hold on either. Just kept eating. Her eyes watered. For the first time in years, I saw confusion in her instead of confidence. She'd always believed I would crawl back. That I'd accept whatever scraps of connection she offered. This time she was wrong. 7. When she asked to plan a weekend together, I told her I had plans with friends. The shock on her face was priceless. She'd forgotten I could build a world without her. 8. I stopped protecting her image. When friends asked how things were, I didn't cover for her. We're figuring things out, I said. Nothing more. She hated losing control of the story. By the 9th consequence, the dynamic had flipped. One night, she came to me in tears. I feel invisible. I looked at her. That's how I felt for years. You never noticed because I kept showing up anyway. She begged for another chance. Promised affection. Promised communication. Promised everything I had been asking for long before she ever wrote her 10 excuses. But I had already reached the 10th consequence. 10. Freedom. I told her I was moving out for a while. Not out of spite, out of survival. I needed to remember who I was before I became a man begging his own wife to see him. She tried to hug me. I gently stepped back. You made a list explaining why you couldn't be close to me, I said. Now I'm giving you the space to live with that choice. I packed a bag and left. No yelling. No drama. Just peace. Weeks later, she texted me saying she finally understood what she'd lost. But by then, I had learned something far more important. Sometimes love doesn't end with anger. Sometimes it ends when the begging stops.